You guys hear me? Okay. Just so I recognize your faces, guys. Saan ko ba dire? Naligo na ba? Mapapagmata.
Bago pang mata, sir.
So how's everyone? Kamusta ang online class in general? Get, getting the hang of it? You can place your answer on the chat box. Just keep yourselves on mute. I don't want to hear backgrounds now. Very noisy. Distracts the class. So how's everyone? How are you coping with the the online class and the pandemic in general? Of course, I would suppose you're better now than you were maybe a couple of months ago, right? Wherein you've been struggling with navigating Moodle, and that probably some were struggling financially because um, some people were not able to work. But how are you now? Like few months after the pandemic has hit high and couple of months after starting the online class. How are you? Anyone wants to share in the group chat? No one? No one wants to share? Or did you even hear my question? Do you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think you guys are lousy, huh? You don't even answer. That's okay. So if that's the case, can everybody place their microphones on mute again, please? And then once I call your name, only then you will unmute yourself. Okay? And although I speak in English because that's the most comfortable language I am, so if I ask you in English, you don't have to answer me back in English. Okay? So speak to me in the language that you're most comfortable, so long as everybody understands. Okay? So don't be intimidated. Okay, thank you for those people who have answered. Aliedo, Camelio, Atuel, and Ulaa. I appreciate that. So Atuel says he's getting the hang of it, or her, she's getting the hang of it. Very good. Ulaa, adapting. Better for Camelio. Better for Toledo, and she's adapted quite well as well. And I hope everybody is doing the same. So now I'm gonna share you my screen, and I have a surprise for all of you. Okay, so what you see in your screen are four questions. This is pang Miss Universe na questions. So I'd like you to read through the questions, and then right beside it is a wheel, right? So you have here Wheel of Fortune. So you have here your last names. So I would roll the wheel, and once your name is selected, you have to unmute yourself and then pick a question from all these four questions. So just one question, okay? You don't have to answer everything or all questions, and then I'll give you 2 minutes to answer the question, okay? So let me also put a timer here. 2 minutes per question. Okay. You don't answer, you get 0 point for this exam, for this quiz. Okay, so I'll read out the question for you. First question is, what digital transformation in business have you witnessed recently? And tell us very briefly about it. So what digital transformation, meaning an upgrade in the way the business are doing the way the business conduct their businesses, and how does it benefit you, or tell us more about it. Second is, sorry, I think this is why is it. Second question is, why is it important to understand the role of IT applications in business? Third, excuse me, name at least one thing you have learned in the materials provided so far and what is its relevance to you. So if you have studied all chapters, there's no reason why you can't pick at least one, okay? And tell us more about it in 2 minutes. Then how can a strategic information system provide an organization with a competitive advantage? Okay, so I think you all see this, and um, number one rule for me is that no one should be copying from anybody's answer. Okay, so you should have your own answer and the original. Okay, so let's start. Okay, ready? So ready again. Once your last name is selected, um, you have to unmute yourself and then pick a question and answer right away. You will have 2 minutes. If you're not able to do this in 2 minutes, I will have to pick another one and automatically you get a zero. Okay, so let's start. Good luck. Okay, congratulations. Segundino, your timer starts now. Segundino.
Sir, pwede pardon ang question?
You can see the question from your screen, can't you?
Okay. So, information technology plays a vital role in commerce and business, which helps the different organizations for co-answer proficiently working in order to elevate the output. Advancement in information technology minimizes the required time for working in business field. So, more to answer, sir.
Is that by Google? Is that by Google? Or can you expound that in your own understanding?
So, when it comes to business, sir, kay ang kanang technology is importante gyud kay karon manggod ang mga tao kay kanang surrounded na sa kanang involved na tanan sa technology gani. So mas madali ang imong business kung gagamit pag kag technology kay mas madali makatag ang imong products, mas madali ma-inform ang mga tao kanang kung gamit ang technologies.
Okay, so was that question number 2 for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when you answer, guys, make sure that you pick or you name you tell me what question number you are picking up. Okay?
Okay, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
then please avoid doing Google because I would know that you are reading from your screen. Okay? If your answer is if your answer is too good to be true, then it's not likely true. Okay? I know better, guys. So I will remove your name, Ms. Segundino. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, sir.
You can mute yourself now. Thank you. And next candidate, Miss Iloilo. Bukog. Okay, Bukog, your timer starts now.
So number 4, sir. How can strategic information system provide an organization with competitive advantage? So, an competitive advantage, sir, kay it's a company's ability to perform in one more ways that competitors cannot or will know much. No? So, kani strategic information systems will provide na siya kanang ways, sir, sa organization para makahatag og mas better competitive advantage, sir.
So in what way? Give
Or
us an example. Like what competitive advantage can a strategic information system provide?
kanang
Can you elaborate? You have 1 more minute.
kanang kuan, sir, kanang maka-provide siya og kanang response bitaw, sir, sa
Okay, response. What about response? Give us an example of how a business
corporate
responds.
kuan, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sa corporate business kuan initiative, sir.
Okay, that's it.
Or
Okay, so thank you very much for that, Mr. Bukog. I will remove your name here. Next candidate. Cabrilius. You may start now.
Number 2, sir. Why
Okay.
is it important to understand the rule of IT application in business? So, for me, it is very important to understand kay parang isa ka entrepreneur or kanang soon to be nga mo kuan sa e-commerce kay kanang kabalo siya kung unsay mga disadvantage and disadvantage para kanang in terms nga kanang mo i-apply na niya kay kanang trabaho na siya kung unsa iyang buhaton, sir. Para po.
Okay, you have 1 more minute. Do you want to expound on that?
Kanang usa sad, sir, kay kanang makabalo siya sa kanang unsay process or unsay buhaton sa isa ka businessman or businesswoman. Then kanang pag unsa-unsad kanang pag-generate o pag-spread sa yahang kanang product gani
Mm-hmm.
in sa kanang whole wide.
Okay, so when you say distribution of product, how can IT help a businessman distribute his or her products?
Kanang through sir, social media, advertising ads, kanang sa pag-post sa kanang products sa social media or sa Facebook, sa kanang mogamit sad og kanang mga Shopee baron, Lazada, mao na sir.
Okay, very good answer. Thank you for that,
Thank you,
Miss
sir.
Cabrilius.
Thank you, sir.
Remove your name. You can mute yourself now. Next candidate, please. Ligaspi. Ligaspi, your timer starts now.
Answer question number 2. Why is it important to understand the role of IT application in business? For me, sir, it is kanang important, especially kanang this pandemic nga we're all in kanang work at home. Yeah. student sad kanang narasad sa balay nga murag kuan kaayo ang kanang IT kanang helpful kayo siya isa siya sa way nga kanang ginagamit karon di ra sa pag-eskwela but especially in the business field.
Yeah, so how do you
Then
relate
it
that to
helps
business?
kanang
How do you relate that
answer
to
more
business?
efficient
Go ahead.
in business or kanang IT kanang help the company become more productive and efficient and also kanang kuan less time spending kay because of kanang IT kanang mapadali man tanan nga ginabuhat.
In what sense nga mapadali ang ginabuhat sa mga business no? People doing business?
Kuan sir kanang pag-relay sa information sa nga sir nga dali ra siya kaayo compare sa una. Yes sir.
Okay, thank you very much. That was a good answer. I'm removing your name now. Picking up next candidate. The timer starts now. Lastimosa, are you here?
Good morning, sir. Number
Morning.
2 nga question, sir.
Okay, number 2 again.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Or nabugal pa.
So, it is important to understand. It is important to understand. Loud kayo, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Hello. Can you type your answer then?
So, it is important
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
the new technologies and for them to easily manage their.
Okay, we can come back to Miss Lastimosa later. I'm not removing. So let's take another candidate in Cabo. Timer starts now.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry. I'll choose the second question, which is why is it important to understand the rule of IT application in business? So my answer would be IT application plays an important role to business industry, which it helps us to expand our playground in the business industry. With this, it helps us to gain more information about our consumers, and we were able to understand our consumers' needs and wants. And also, we were able to know their demands. With that, we knew that social media can help us express our feelings, which we were able to research it. And with that, in business industry, researching information about our consumers really help us to improve our products in giving satisfaction to our consumer, which IT application really helps us to gain more important information. Also, it helps us to make a fast recovery of information when it comes to researching to our consumers' information. Mo na ko answer, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Candidate number 1. That was a very good one. Just need to follow up on that since you have a lengthy answer. So, what particular IT application can help businesses to um, get a better understanding of their consumers? Name at least one IT application that helps businesses better understand their consumers. You have mentioned that earlier in your answer. So I would like to know if you know of any IT application that help businesses better understand their consumers. Do you want to add to that, Miss Incabo? Hello, you still here? Miss Incabo? Okay, I'll give you time to um, answer that follow-up question. I will continue for now. I will not gonna be removing your name. So guys, when you give me answers that are pre-prepared, meaning you've Googled that, meaning you have written that down first, and I like the question, be prepared for a follow-up question because I would like to understand if you really know what you're talking about. Okay, so it's different when you just compose something out of a research that you do in Google than you copy whatever you have it in whatever you have in front of you and really understand it. Okay, so I want you to expound on your very good answer. Okay, so I'll continue next. Talia.
Good morning, sir. I chose question number 3.
Okay, very good. Number three, go ahead.
Name at least one thing you have learned in the materials provided so far, and what is its relevance to you? The one thing that I've learned in the materials that struck me most and is very relevant to me is the major capabilities of information systems, where it has that table where it says, due to its capabilities, and I quote, it has become a catalyst of fundamental change in the strategic structure, operations, and management of organizations. So it is relevant to me because since I am taking in human resource management, the creation of information systems really helps the people in my profession. It provides fast, accurate, and inexpensive solutions to office tasks, especially in the HR processes and functions. It automates manually done tasks that we usually done manually before, but now we can use IT applications to get these done.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So follow-up question because he had a very good answer. So name at least one manual process in an HR, or name at least one manual HR process that can be automated or that has been automated.
Mhm. Well, we have a lot of processes in the HR before, sir, that we used to do manually, starting with
Just one.
recruitment.
Okay,
Since
just give me one. If it's
recruitment,
recruitment, tell us more about that.
recruitment is where we attract employees to try to apply for a specific vacancy or position that we are hiring for.
Mm-hmm.
So we need their personal information, which
Mm-hmm.
before we used to have them fill out forms and
Mm-hmm.
sheets, but now we
Mm-hmm.
can have them fill out online forms like
Mm-hmm.
Google Forms.
Mm-hmm. This is very good. Very good answer, Miss Elia, though. I'm very happy about that. So
Thank you,
I'll
sir.
give you a perfect score. You articulated it well, you researched it well, and you identify, and I'm pretty sure that you understand what you're talking about. So nga na guys ha, I would really appreciate people who understand what who knows what they're talking about. So let's continue. Alfoha.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can start now.
So I choose question number 2. Why
Okay.
is it important to understand the role of IT applications in business?
Mm-hmm.
So it is very important for a firm yun karon na mo enter sila sa IT world, especially because kuan kanang naanata sa digital era in the era which almost kita tanan involved. So a larger audience we can say. Plus in the IT applications, marketing, advertising, mga strategic formulations kay is mas dali na siya. So from relaying information lang daan to posting your products online, so common na yun kayo. Then daghan na kay makakita. So as a consumer, ko, online shopping or buying is a very convenient na education in times like now. ECQ. IT has played a very important role in the business world. So far, I really can't imagine how businesses can do without IT today. Dako jud impact ang IT sa business world. So, mora ko maingon.
Yeah, that's very good. I can't think of any follow-up question. I think you have articulated it well, and that was another very good answer. Thank you very much, Mr. Alfoha.
Thank you, sir.
For the rest, I would like you to pick another question. The number 2 has been the most picked question. So I would really appreciate if everybody picks or anybody picks number 4 or number 1. Okay? And then please do away with the Facebook and the online shopping answer because those have been answered by 4 or 5 people at least. So let's continue. First, your timer starts now.
Sir, ang akong answer kay ang number 1, sir.
Okay, very good.
What digital transformation in business have you witnessed recently? And tell us very briefly about it. Kanang answer, ang digital transformation in business na na-witness na kay kanang AI chatbot, sir. For example, sa usa ka page mag-inquire ko, tas ang mo-reply, sir, kay bot, sir. It allows users to pick and choose one of 2 options, sir. If inactive ang kanang ga-manage sa page, sir, ang mo-reply or ang mo-chat kay ang AI bots. AI chatbots, sir, ang mo-entertain mo, sir. Wala akong pagsagot.
Okay, so what particular business page have you come across that has an AI bot?
Kuan, sir, kanang mga
Just give me one.
mga example, sir, kay kanang kuan, sir, kanang sa kanang mga eyeglass, sir, ang sa tong Sunnies, ana sir, ba then ang mo reply kay AI chatbots.
So for Sunnies, they are sellers of sunglasses. So when you
Yes,
get to
sir.
their page, what sort of questions do they ask you when you land to their page?
Sir?
What sort of questions? Ano sa mga
Answer
question
ko.
usually?
Answer ka ng kung available ba ni siya nga answer ba kaning eyeglass or tagpilaon ba ni siya, sir, na.
So normally when you land to a page with a chat box, what normally is the first message that you get out of an AI chat box?
Kanang how
normally?
may I help you, sir, inana.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Ms. Bersabal. So I wanted to test whether you have really experienced a chat box, okay? And it looks like you do. Thank you very much. So next. Yan na, guys, you have to be personal in your answer and make sure that it really comes from from your heart and your mind. And I would know. Okay, Ms. Camelio, you can start.
Good morning, sir. So, I will choose how can strategic information system provide an organization with a competitive advantage?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like knowing and learning, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So strategizing something gives you a one step ahead because you already know that something, sir. Like
Mm-hmm.
it says here na, like, what is your competitive advantage? So it's like a student who knew that and a student who has to learn that, sir. Like in strategizing, sir, you have to um, learn a lot of things to know what your competitors
Mm-hmm.
are doing, and
Mm-hmm.
also it gives you advantage because dili gani ka stagnant sa imong gibuhat, sir. Like
Mm-hmm.
you don't settle for this because you are planning this a long time ago, and you don't have to like act nga kanang maratol na ka kay things are changing because you already planned something out. Not like sa other nga kanang companies na or kanang small businesses. Even a small business, you have to strategize things. Yeah, kung hindi ka mag-strategize, kanang mo gising nadaan imong business through this, but because change is constant, sir, and you can't really kanang di siya kanang stagnant ka ang life, but it
Mm-hmm.
goes changes.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to strategize
Mm-hmm. Okay.
your kuan.
Okay, thanks, Ms. Camilio. Follow-up question. So, how does IT or information system help companies get information about their competitors? Diba? You were saying
There are
earlier
a lot
that,
of ways, sir.
yeah, just give me one.
Okay, surveys or kanang kuan, sir, kanang for example, I know someone man na kanang kuan siya, sir, ba kanang iya i-taste ang kaning siyempre for Jollibee, iya i-taste ni na product. At the same time, iya i-taste ang katong KFC if sakto ba sa unsay kanang kuwang niya na sir.
But
Kanang unsay kanang
yeah, but
something wrong.
that's physically doing it. How about using
Yeah.
information system and technology to do that? But I mean, you have an example where your friend physically tastes
Ah.
the chicken, but it doesn't
Actually,
make use of
survey.
information system, right? So tell us more about
Yeah.
how are surveys done nowadays with the use of information
Kuan,
system.
sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, kanang usually kanang when you go to this site or this kind of like this kind of sites sa business nila, actually it will just pop up gani, sir, and kanang are you okay to answer this survey? Ana.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so pop up survey questions on websites.
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
very good. Thank you, Ms. Camelio.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go to another candidate. By the way, guys, we're gonna be only up until 10. Okay, so for those who are not called today, be ready for the next session on Monday. So, but there will be different sets of questions. Okay. So let's continue with Demar.
Question. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Question number 1, sir. What digital transformation in business have you witnessed recently, and tell us briefly about it?
Mm-hmm.
Ang ako, sir, is social media sites, sir, such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Kay kanang recently, sir, mao man dyan na ang kanang popular nga kanang social media karon, sir, sa karon nga generation. Kay
Mm-hmm.
through this, sir, kay kanang pwede magod din mo siya magamit kanang communication, sir. Like
Mm-hmm.
kanang pwede ka maka-interact sa imong kuan kanang sa consumers or kan sa mga customers kan through text, photos, video, sir. Like kung ikuanin i-relate na ko siya sa business, sir. Ang Facebook manggod, sir, na siya marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
Then pwede ka dito maninda, sir, dili na ka mo gamit og kanang like app sa like Shopee, sir, Lazada. So dito sa Facebook, sir, pwede na ka dito mo gamit silang marketplace. Then dito pa, sir, kay pwede ka makig-interact if napakay ka ng mga follow-up questions about sa kanang product na mga paliton. If ako ang customer, if ako ang seller, nasad ko ka ng mga follow-up questions dito sa mga sa ko answer sa customers if kanang kumupalit ba jud siya sa kuang ko answer kanang product. Moro to siya, sir.
That's a very good example, Ms. Demoral. I really like that question or answer, and I can't think of any follow-up questions. So very, very well done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So I'm removing your name now. Let's move on. So Batuon, your timer starts now.
Good morning, sir. I chose the question number 1. What digital transformation in business have you witnessed recently, and tell us very briefly about it? So the transformation in business that I have witnessed is the transformation of mobile gadgets. So by using the mobile gadgets or mobile phones that we have now in today's generation, we all know that answer kind communication is the best tool to have a successful business. So to have a good communication towards your consumers or your target market, you have to magamit ng communication. So for example, I will have an example, sir, through email. Karon sa kanang kay mag-type na lang kag information kanang para ma-spread sa imong yung mga target mo by one click away, one chat away na lang, sir. So mas dali ma-spread ang info nga ma-aware pod ang mga tao sa about sa imong business. And another example is through by using the gadgets, makahimo na or kanang changes sa advertising, sir. So different kinds of advertising makita ra nato outside or outdoor sa ating environment, sir.
It's kind of vague. It's kind of vague, Ms. Bato, hindi kay klaro na ko. So it very briefly. So unsa nga transformation did you cite? You mentioned about gadget.
Through email.
Email. Okay, so what about emails? So faster on distribution?
Mas dali na siya. Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, so with the use of email.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So through the use of email, sir, it is a key role in to have a strong communication. Kaya mas dali na mo siya within your company or outside the company. Dali siya ma-spread nation, sir. Kung sa'yo gusto mo ipaabot sa imong
Okay, that's good. I think I got what you mean. Thank you very much. Although delete na recent ang email nga transformation, ha? It has been in, has been used for quite a while already. Although it still is a digital transformation, it's just not recent, so I wasn't expecting that to be an answer. But nevertheless, it was a good answer. Thank you, Ms. Batuon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's move on. Your timer starts.
Concert kaning for number 2. The importance of the understand the rule of IT application. So for me, sir, we all know that technology nasa important effect sa business operation karon. It will help you make money or kanang mag-produce sa customer og demand sa kanang easily, and magud karon kay people kanang look for ways nga kanang ilang buhaton ba kay kanang ilang work kay magkuan ra kanang short amount of time, and it will be possible through sa kuan man sa technology, sa IT information. And then kanang in communication in business world, the IT gives the business the resources na makipag-communicate siya quickly and effectively.
Okay. So what are those communication tools that help businesses communicate effectively?
Sa technology, sir, ang technology karon.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be specific. What sort of technology do we have now that helps communication becomes more efficient and effective?
Like sa kanang karon mga Facebook, Instagram, kanang mga technology sa computers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, okay, I accept that answer. But again, um, moving forward, the new few or the katong wala pa ka-answer, please do away with using Facebook, Instagram, Twitter as an example because we have been using, I mean, those have been used by several students already, okay? So
Yes, sir.
please do away with that. But I accept that, Ms. De La Peña. So I just hope that for the rest, please avoid those answers, similar answers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So I think 3 more students. So the rest next week. Cometa. Timer starts now. So we have Cometa. Cometa not here. So if she's not here in the next 30 seconds, I'm gonna pick another. Okay, wala delay. So reset. Continue. What? Timer starts now. Weska? 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 Again, Weska? Not here? Okay, reset. Pick another. Wala. Your timer starts now.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I choose question number 1.
Mm-hmm.
What digital transformation in business have you witnessed recently, and tell us very briefly about it?
Mm-hmm.
So, regarding in business, sir, most businesses today transform their marketing strategy into online, like how they market their product through social media platforms, and they market their product through social media. It is because um, mostly most customers nowadays, we are nakababad sa internet. So it is for the company to identify where target markets or where prospects they would market their product. So it is for them to easily identify its target market with the help of social media platforms. So I think that would be fun.
Okay, so again, social media used in a different context. So follow-up question. How do you think
Okay.
businesses use social media to target a particular market? I mean, what do they do to be able to capture the market using a marketing strategy?
Advertiser by doing
Yeah, I know
advertisement. Yes.
advertising, but how do they make sure or how do they ensure that they are reaching
That they can.
the right market?
They're going to select a particular social media platform that which target
Okay,
prospects or
understand.
customers.
So if, for example, they're using Facebook
Yes, target market them.
and the business is using or selling beauty products, how will
Yes.
they target those market that are interested in beauty products, right? Because they cannot just say um, advertise to anybody, right? They cannot advertise to people who are, say, straight men because they don't use makeup. So the question
Yes.
is, how will this type of business ensure that their marketing strategies are reaching to the correct or to the right target market?
Ilang i-locate sir kung where kung atong asa tong mga kanang mga girl or kanang ganahan ng mga products. Siyempre
Yeah.
sa Facebook man gud na magud na siya murag categories in which asa na siya na saan siya tawag? Asa na categories na? Categories in which sa Facebook kasi ano merong Tagalog na nun. Sorry. Um, sa Facebook ano to ha? Paano ba explain?
Have you done it yourself before, or are you aware of someone doing it?
Yes, sir. Kaya kung mag-search magod ko, sir, nana mo gana siya, kanang, example, mag-search ko ka ng mga example sa mga beauty products, lipstick, nana mo gana siya, murag categories na mo show up, mo pop up nga ka ng, mo ni siya, na diri, kanang sa marketplace, kanang mag-search ka, murag nga na, sir. So, kita mo ko, hindi ko sure kung sa uban makita sa ilaha ba, but then again
Okay.
mo, mas nakasagan mostly sa gigamit sa business.
Okay. I'm gonna accept that answer, but I will elaborate that as we go along.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll remove your name here, and I think you would be the last contestant or candidate. The
Okay, sir.
rest we will do next week. So I'm just gonna get the names of those who have. These ones are not yet done. Sorry. That's okay. I will figure it out later. Okay, this one I already made. So there are 38 more who have not answered. And okay, and please don't leave yet because I'm gonna capture the attendance. So I'm gonna stop presenting. 40. Do you have any question before we go?
Sir,
Go ahead.
sa income ni sir, ganina na out, ban ko maka-answer balik? Or
Let's do it on
question
Monday.
balik?
Let's do it on Monday, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
No
Sorry,
problem.
sir.
That's okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Encabo. Anyone else who has a question? Okay, no one yet. No one. Go ahead. Anyone else? So if there's
Sir,
someone, go
sorry
ahead.
sir, excuse me. Wala ko ganyan sir. Ano sa atin next mo kon? Napay mag-present line sir. Ang others
Nastimos
Monday.
ako ganina, sir.
Okay, so for those who have not answered, again, the answer to that question will be Monday next week. Okay? So
Thank you, sir.
for those who have not answered or those who were called and were not able to answer and those who are absent, Atong absent 0. For those who have been called but not able to, sorry, who were called but were interrupted by the connection, I will give you a chance on Monday. Okay. So anyway, I'm recording this.
Me, sir.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Excuse me, sir.
Rather
Kanang
din sir,
next week.
nag-answer ba niya? Hindi kasi
If you
nag-call
have
lang ako.
question, can you write down your name? There is a chat box so I can call you, recognize before you unmute yourself para dili magdungan.
Thank you, sir.
Arcelio, yes, different set of questions for next week. In Cabo, you will have the chance next week. Any more question? I think Christian, you. I don't think I called you, Riparada. There is a video recording to this session, so you will be able to review the entire session. I will post it on Moodle, and you can be certain that have been called. Paliedo, you have a question? You can
Yes, sir.
unmute.
Regarding sa kuan sir ba sa chapter 3, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Kanang nag-ask ako sir kay wala na check gud sa amo ang kuan sir. Nya naami classmate ato nga ni ask nimo niya murag ang imo response man siguro sir nga wala pa naka-take sa quiz.
Mm-hmm.
Dili per kami bisag ako sir ma-open ko wala sa checkbox ako pero manami sa kuan sir. Manami nag-answer nami ato sir baka di ba ka proceed sa prelim if wala answer ato.
Mm-hmm. So the question is just on the checkbox to make sure that the particular step has been completed, correct?
Yes, sir. Makita ra man to nimo sir no nga naka-answer
Mhm.
nami ato sir.
Yes. And
Okay, sir.
you won't be
Thank you.
able to proceed to the next step if that particular step is not completed. So if you're able to proceed, that means you have completed that. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
No problem. Anyone else?
Sir, regarding sa chapter 4, sir, mo error na lagi siya, sir, open, sir.
Chapter 4, mo error
I
na?
don't know.
Okay, I will look into that.
Oh, sir.
Okay.
Sige, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else who has question? Anyone else? Okay, if nobody else has a question, let's leave it here. We'll see each other again on Monday. If you have questions that you were not able to ask this time, there is a discussion forum for that. Okay, make use of that. I think nobody has been using the discussion forum yet. I would suggest that if you have question, rather than messaging me directly, you can post that in the forum so that your other classmates who are experiencing the same thing can just reply to it. Okay, and it becomes a thread. Okay, hopefully you understand that, because if you email me, imagine guys, if you see my email, there's a lot of them, and I cannot guarantee that I will be able to read each one. If you put that as a thread, you will see, or everyone will see, if that has been answered, that has been replied to, and for myself, I could also see how many students are experiencing the same thing as you do. Okay, so I know for sure that you know how to use the discussion forum. Okay, thank you very much, and I will see you again next week. Bye bye.
Bye,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you too. Bye bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Bye.